welcome to Unfiltered Discussions. You got Nash in the building.
Got Ash in the building.
So today, I think that we should discuss the importance of really like being in the here and now.
Yeah.
And like when we say here and now, what does that mean to you?
I feel like the here and now is more so really living in the moment,
Mm-hmm.
sticking to what's in front of you. I mean, because a lot of the times people tend to get stuck in the past, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes when people don't focus on the here and now, it kind of hinders their growth
Absolutely.
and it stops them from growing in other areas in life,
Mm-hmm.
especially, for instance, it also brings up resentment
Mm-hmm.
towards different things because you're still holding on to old feelings, harboring different emotions towards different people, and that is one of the things that can also stunt somebody's growth
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes you have to learn to live and let go, and move past certain things, and that's just a part of healing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that self-healing piece will help you begin to start living in the here and now
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes your mind might be all over a million and one places and it's like you miss what's right in front of you if
Mm-hmm.
you here over there. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how I look at when I think about the here and now.
I agree. I agree. I agree. You got to think about it, right? When we in the here and now, that's the stuff we pray for, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, Dad, we prayed so much for this, and we got it now, but we just trying to skip past it to get something else. It's like, is that like a thing where we're never satisfied as human beings, like, or we're just afraid of being complacent or just stagnant into one
Mm-hmm.
place? So he's got to look for more, look for more, look for more. And I just feel like the beauty of being in the here and now is that you're able to embrace what is for you in that moment, right? I just feel like if you sit there and you say, you know what, this is where I'm at, but yes, it's okay to know where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
So that's two things that people can't get misconstrued. Being in the here and now does not mean that this is a forever. This is means that I'm embracing what I got, I'm appreciating it, I'm humble, and I'm just soaking it all up because it everything comes with a lesson in it and a
Mm-hmm.
blessing in it. You just got to know how to accept it. A lot of times we can't accept it because then we be like, I know I should be doing more. I know it's more, even down to careers, um, business, things you do, anything that you may touch, you just feel like, dang, I could be doing more, I could be doing more, but then that comes off as ungrateful.
Mm-hmm.
You're not, you know what I mean? You're rushing your process, so many different things. And like you said, yes, we could be stuck in the past about a lot of things, especially when you're used to being somebody, used to doing something, right? Sometimes we go through phases in life where we might have more money back then than we do now, right? And that really ties to a lot of people that was in a fast lifestyle, right? They so hooked on dad. And if this money ain't nothing. Like man, I used to get money. Like this ain't nothing to me right now.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta understand when you are growing and really evolving, you can't be back there. You can't because the money that was then that was then. But right now, this required grown man, grown woman stuff. This requires stability, structure, and discipline. This requires to not put your freedom of life at risk at this
Mm-hmm.
stage in your life. You know what I mean? But a lot of people don't know how to let that go because yes, who don't like money?
Oh
Who
yeah,
don't
for
like
sure.
to be able to go? I ain't even gotta look at the tech. I wanted to buy it. Who don't love that lifestyle? We all do, but what does it come with? Jail, death, or you missing out on the important moments in life when you so caught up in making fast money or making fast decisions or whatever you do, but you gotta embrace where you at now because that's a blessing,
Mm-hmm.
right? Some people don't get this. At least you got something to compare it to. A lot of people don't have anything to compare it to, and
No.
those are the people that's more okay with where they at, right? Because they don't know what the other stuff look like.
No.
So people that have seen so many different aspects of life and can flip the coin this way and this way, that's they have the beauty of wanting more. Those are the ones that's entrepreneurs. Those are the ones that would never stay placed in that one spot. But yeah, standing in the here and now is a requirement in life. Not all of us can do it. A lot of us don't even know that that takes sacrifice. It
Mm.
really does. Especially when you know that I could be great. Like I know I could be doing this and doing that, but you know you got to connect those dots. If
Yeah,
you're not connecting the dots, you won't reach that greatness
absolutely
because
not.
you're missing what the here and now is supposed to come and teach you.
Yeah,
You
that
know.
that lesson, because
Mhm.
even down to back to you saying that is it like being ungrateful, or these are the
Mhm.
things that you pray for, but a lot of the times we pray for things and people don't realize it's going to come to you, but it's not going to happen the way that you would expect them to happen at the
Mhm.
end of the day. So you be like, Dag, this is crazy, this is that, but sometimes it's going to be some obstacles that you got to run through in order to get where you need to be, or you be like,
Mhm.
Dag, I feel like something got in my way with this, or this is that, but it's here, but you got to embrace the process of what is happening within that moment. So you can't say I'm praying for these things and I want it to happen this way, and this way,
Mhm.
or you don't know when it's going to come. So sometimes you don't even know when it's going to come, because had you really known, like really, where if something came at that moment, you'll be like, oh no, 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 like you wouldn't appreciate it. You wouldn't appreciate it
Mhm.
if it came when you wanted it to come, or it happened the way that you expected it to be mapped out or laid out at the end of the
Mhm.
day. Because even down to the past, some people miss that lesson. They don't think about the lesson within it. A lot of the times people get stuck on that and hung up on that,
Mhm.
to the point where they wind up going back to those past behaviors,
Mhm.
and falling back to that same behavior, going back to that same stuff. And people got to realize what was going on then is totally different than what was going on
Oh,
now. You
absolutely.
know what I'm saying? So that's the importance, because the here and now is meant to teach you a lesson for the situation that you've been in. Like you
Mhm.
said, career wise, at the moment, this is something that might works for you until you get to the other side. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? There's nothing wrong with dreaming big,
Mhm.
but this is the importance of having goals that are measurable, meaning connect
Mhm.
the dots.
Mhm.
You might have a goal of having a big mansion, but you can't get that mansion until you get to them steps.
Mhm.
Everything doesn't happen overnight, and when you get wrapped up in that, or you get wrapped up in, you grateful that you got a place to live right now, right? For
Mhm.
somebody who might be struggling a little bit, or they okay right now, but it'll be a bigger picture. But for that moment right now, you got a place to live, you got running water, you got this, you got that. So yeah, you might want that mansion and stuff, but it's some people that don't even have a place to stay. So that's
Mhm.
the importance of really embracing what you got going on now. It doesn't make you less than because you going through something at that moment, or the
Mhm.
here and now. This is just something to get you where you need to be when in due time.
Absolutely, I agree. And a lot of the times, why can't people embrace the here and now is because they comparing themselves to others, right?
Yup.
You don't know their story. You
No.
don't know the sacrifice. You don't know the discipline. You don't know what it took to acquire what they have, right? But some people, oh look at that's their thing right now. They probably had plenty of nights that they were stressing trying to get there. They probably put their blood, sweat, and tears in there. You don't know, but people once it doesn't happen like that. It just doesn't happen like that. There's some people oftentimes get inherent in our community. We don't get that. We don't inherit really anything.
Mhm.
And if to be quite honest, you know what I mean? Like we really don't. And the ones that's due, the most that you really inherit is what sometimes a house,
Mhm.
or if it's not a house, then you gotta wait till somebody to die to get a life insurance policy. You understand what I'm saying? So it's
Mhm.
really not much in within the black community that could get you to the next step because nobody is thinking about the next step. They trying to survive in the here and now. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But when you're of a certain age and you're a dreamer, you trying to see the bigger picture, then you know now you got to change the narrative and put things in place for your children, for whoever you want to be able to benefit from the work that you're putting in now. But a lot of people just compare themselves to other people's lives, and that's not your life. That's their stuff. That's what they got going on, and nobody knows what nobody got to go through. And yes, you have to sit in what you got going on right now. Because think about it, life changed so quickly, right? Like we could pray about, like you said, a new job. You know what I mean? Dang, like this job is stressing me out. Like I really need something else. But okay, let's weigh the pros and the cons of it right now. The pros are I'm able to keep a roof over my head. If I want to go get takeout, buy whatever I want, I can go do whatever I want to go do. Whatever I feel like doing, I can do it. You understand? The cons, yes, am I risking my mental health? Am I risking, long nights? I'm sleep deprived, you know what I mean? Dealing, being micromanaged. Those are the cons. And then that's when you start implementing and knowing that, listen, it's a time for a change. But again, you still got to be stuck in the here and now in that aspect because you can't just up and leave that job because then now your livelihood is at stake. Now you're out on the streets. You know what I mean? You can't feed your kids. You can't put gas in the car. You can't go grab a crab or whatever you you know
You
what I mean?
know,
You can't grab
true.
whatever you want to go do because you're impulsive. You know what I mean? You're being very
Yeah.
impulsive about what's going on right now, and it's like yes, it's not an ideal situation, but can you stick it out a little bit longer? I'd rather say, let me stick it for a little bit longer to the bigger picture coming to place than to say, you know what, get all emotional and say, scratch this, and then now I'm sitting there with no money coming in. You know what I mean? That comes with maturity, that comes with knowing that, listen, where I've been and where I'm going. Knowing that although it may be some downers, this is still a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you gotta look when you go sit because honestly, how many times do we really get to sit back and see where we what was at one point in our life? You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Like really, when do we really sit back and say, "Dad, like I really did my thing"? Like we
Mm-hmm.
don't really sit back and give ourselves the credit that we deserve because it. And I don't care. Some people, people bragging. No, this is I did that.
Yeah, this is my accomplishments, my achievements, my goals. And you damn right, I paid my money to go to school, so you damn right I'm gonna talk about what I got going on.
Absolutely, like because that's a sacrifice. That's discipline.
Mm-hmm.
That's sleepless nights. That's writing papers. That's keeping up a GPA. That's what I mean. Everybody think, oh, no, 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 no. That's internships. That's a lot of stuff, and that's money that has to be paid back.
Yeah.
We gotta, you know what I mean? So yes, you should be able to embrace and be proud of whatever it is that you do in life. Whatever it is. So that's why it's really, really good sometimes when you're not appreciating the here and now to look back at where you once were.
And
You
say,
gotta look
Dag.
back there. You got to like,
Yeah.
damn, and me for instance, hey, I was on the corner, rain, sleets, no hell.
Yep.
Like, damn, and did it. And mind you, anybody that know me, I'm cold. Listen, but I stood out there
Yeah,
because it was
you.
a bigger picture at the end of the day. It's a bigger picture, and now it's like now I'm getting this the eat up all the fruits of my labor. You know what I mean? And then to me, I just feel like it's only the beginning.
Yeah,
If
reaping
you
the
think that
benefits.
it's turned up now, it's about to really be turned up. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's in the most humblest way possible.
And they
You know
gotta
what I
look
mean?
around.
That's it. That's it. And unapologetically too, because
Yeah.
when you put that work in, who am I supposed to apologize for? Who am I supposed to dim the light for?
That part right
I
there.
ain't dimming anything.
But see, that's the problem with people. That be people own
Mm-hmm.
shit and things that they're dealing with eternally, and you think that I'm supposed to dim my light and to uh to sit here and accommodate your feelings and sit here and oh you know what I ain't gonna say that. Let me tiptoe around my accomplishments because this person might get offended. How you offended by somebody accomplishments, achievements, and goals? How are you? How? That's some sick stuff
Mm-hmm.
right there if you can't even live in your own here and now, and here it is, somebody else is living in their here and now, and people only might bring up their accomplishments when it's necessary. It's not like somebody's just bringing it up all
Mm-hmm.
day or just out of nowhere. No,
Yeah.
and then that lets you know when you start bringing up your accomplishments and goals and stuff like that. That says a lot about other people when they start, being a certain way or feeling a way about your goals and what you have done in life, or oh I'm getting this new job, I'm doing this, and you're just speaking out of excitement like damn, oh yeah, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z, I'm gonna do blah blah, and then people get upset and it's like weird to me. No,
Mm-hmm.
evaluate your own life and look at your own self and be comfortable in the skin that you're in, because even if that's not your path, embrace who you are as an individual and
Mm-hmm.
living your truth in your here and now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because a lot of the times that's another thing, people place unrealistic pressures on them, and
Mm-hmm.
that's where people begin to not live in the here and now.
Yeah.
And for me, like, I'm not letting nobody place no unrealistic pressures on me, regardless of whether you feel like I should have, gone to another job, or you may look at me and feel like I've outgrown this particular job I'm in. For me, like, it's a bigger picture, and that's something that you don't have to explain to nobody. You know where you headed, you know where you're going at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have a lot of people that underlyingly, have underlying feelings about where you are in life
Oh,
too.
that's projecting their stuff onto others.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's just sad to me when you really sit down and you really think about it. And to piggyback off the maturity thing, like, a lot of people don't realize the blessing in having a job right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have people like, oh, damn, this job getting on my nerves. Yes, it's always going to be something that's going to get on your nerves. And if you don't like it, you have to be solution focused. And no, you have to really say, you know what, let me look for another job, or I found me another job, got my offer letter. Now I can put my 2 weeks in, not just the up and leave a job.
Yeah, that's irresponsible.
And you got to be considerate of the bills and things you got to pay. You got to make sure you got a roof over your head still. So if you're switching jobs, know that you have a backup plan, knowing that you have a line in place before you go jumping ship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know?
And that's stuff you normally do as a teenager.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Early 20s, teenage, even though I didn't never do that, but I'm just saying that's like childish behaviors, because the responsibilities and the prioritizing there is not the same as somebody in their late 20s, mid 30s, 40s, whatever. So when you see adults make such rash decisions, you know that they do that all around in their life. It's not just in their place of employment. That's in a lot of decisions that's being made in life overall. And to go back to the people that everybody is different and everybody is unique in their own way. Everybody brings something. The person that may not have much going on, a person that's educated, employed, and sufficient can learn something from you, and vice versa. A lot of people are afraid to get in rooms with people that's accomplished. No, you want to be in those rooms. You want to be able to be in that circle so you could be able to take from each person. That just be, let me say something. They may be full of accomplishments, but they might lack the confidence. You understand me? So you can walk in that room and work that room like you the billionaire, like you degreed up, like your career is at the top of the top of the top of the top. You understand? Some people will gravitate towards that. You could teach them how to be confident, how to thrive in who they are, and things like that. That kind of stuff is priceless, right? You can never put a price tag on certain things, so that's why people need to know everybody brings something. Everybody. Now, let's not get it twisted. Do everybody deserve to be in certain rooms? Absolutely not. Because you're coming with drama, negativity. You're sitting there projecting your own negative views on people. Ain't nobody got time for that. No. Nobody's even going to entertain you.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to, or you just always filled with drama and carrying the bones up from there to there to there to there. Grow up. Yeah. Grow up. Nobody's going to even want to be around you. Yeah. Not even in rooms, just in life, period. Please, it comes a time in life where everybody really, really have to grow up.
Oh, for
sure.
You
really, really, really have to be solid in who you are and who you're around. And it's no way that we 6 months shy of 2023, right? There's no way in the world that we should even still be having to have this kind of conversation. You understand? It's no way. It's so much have transpired over the past few years. It's no way that you can even want to be surrounded in negativity, not being solution focused, not be grounded, not have a vision board, not have goals in place, not connecting the dots, not being genuinely happy and showing up as you. It's no way in the world nobody should be having this conversation at all. It should be like a automatic.
Yeah.
Automatic. Yes, some things in life show up, so yes, you might have to speak on it, and that's for the moment. That's
Mm-hmm.
not a lingering, ongoing, every time you turn around type of thing.
Mm-mm.
No, 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 no. It's no way. Get in tune to you, which makes you happy. Surround yourself with good people, positive energy, because you feel it. That transparency is real. Like, I
Oh
don't
yes.
need you around me, Debbie Downer. Okay? Not even just Debbie, Daniel, David. I don't
No
care
negative
what
Norman.
downer you are. Just don't come near me, Nancy. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't care about any of it. So, yes, I just feel like when you really, really living in your truth and showing up as you, nobody can take that from you. And yes, I know sometimes life can get really hectic and in the way, and it causes sometimes, and I don't really like to say complain, but to vent a lot
Yeah.
about it. And I know it's a fine line between venting and complaining, but you got to be able to vocalize the things you internalize,
Yep.
our mission statement is extremely important because that's when depression creeps in. That's when, self-doubt is happening. That's when, it's pouring into areas it doesn't belong pouring into, right? So it's extremely important to be able to speak on these things, but you got to be able to speak to someone that understands you and doesn't see you as a complainer or an issue. Oh, here he go, here she goes. I know if I answer this call,
Well,
you're getting on my, this is gonna be a long drawn out headache or whatever it is they want to
you have
say.
those people.
Yeah, and you do, and
You
you
have
do,
those people.
and those are the people I be scratching my head because they complain about stuff like, can we trade a problem? Is that really a problem for you?
Or or things that they've been through already that they continuously keep doing over and over again, and it's like, whoa. Or that person that is always something going on, no matter what it is. It could be the littlest minuscule thing, and you're like, whoa, wait, what? Are you serious right now? No, seriously. It's something or someone
But
or
them,
exactly everybody but you. Person. This is an everybody but you person, and you got to sit back and you try to listen and you try to give some type of advice to this individual, and they're just not getting it. And then on top of it, that's what you call a negative Norman, a negative whatever, Nancy, whatever, whoever you want to call it. Because every time, like, oh, this person number coming up. Oh no, I know it ain't gonna be nothing good. I don't want to hear about no negativity. I don't want to hear about no drama. Because people have enough going on in their life where they gotta have somebody sitting around being negative. No, like, people should be your inner peace that you're dealing with on a regular basis, not nobody that you gotta sit here and potentially have a problem with or have an issue with, or if it is an issue, you can't get it right then and there, and they're holding on. It escalates. You're harboring on to it for days, now months, or they act like they over it, right? But they're still harboring feelings, underlying issues with you that you don't even know about, and that's it.
No, that's the scary one.
Yes,
Where
I don't
scared.
like that.
No, because the worst thing you could do make me feel like it's all good and it's really not.
Oh no.
And I'm and,
And you low key got an issue.
and then one little slight thing happens and it's blow up city. Like it's like, oh, that's what's really happening.
You got blown
Now
up like
then
that.
I'm taking it back because I'm confused. You didn't hit me with a blow that I didn't even see coming because I wasn't prepared or expecting it. You know what I mean? So it's just like at the end of the day, the overall thing here today is to really, really embrace where you at in life. Whether it's something that you really is not too happy about, that you really don't feel like you're thriving in at the moment, but it's going to help you get to the bigger picture. Like it really is, because it's sometimes like we be in some crazy situations, right? And we don't know the way out, right? We like, dang, such and such is due. Like, dang, how am I make this move? How am I make this happen? And then you turn around and a week or two later, you're blessed. You're blessed with a job. It might not be an ideal job, but it's a job. It pays the bills. It's bringing in, nice money. And again, everything doesn't have to be long term, but as an adult, you got to know, like you said, you can't just up and leave anything without having a backup plan. It has to be connected to something else that's already in place. And as much as you may hate the job that you're at now, you always want to leave on good terms. You don't just want to walk out of it without giving a proper I'm I'm resigning. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Because you never know when you want to come back. Not to say that you will, but you'll, and you gotta sometimes use those old supervisors as your reference. You know what I mean? You gotta have some professional references that can vouch for you as an individual and your work
Mm-hmm.
ethic. So it's really, really important in life to just embrace it. We all got a hard time. Some days is easier than others for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we are our own worst enemy because we get inside our head and we create all these narratives that don't even really be true. To be quite honest, some of the stuff that we get in our head and make up, it don't even be our reality.
Mm-mm.
It's just us like panicking. Well, Dad, what if this, Dad, what, this gotta be like this. So could you imagine it's like 50 of you up there fighting against each other? Oh,
But you know what's so crazy?
it's like, what the hell?
It's crazy. Because when you get in your head, like that, it's like, whoa, hold on. Let me take a step back, because now it spills over into other areas. When you start being all over the place, you're not knowing where you're going. It's a lot.
That's like 50 of you fighting up there, and it's like, no, we going over here. No, we got shit to be doing. But you can, what the hell? Like, if you can step back and take a look up there, you be like, I'm crazy as hell. Like,
Yeah.
I gotta be bugging. I know I am. I know my brain feel like I'm crazy, but you gotta find, and there's a silver lining and everything, right? You gotta be able to find peace in something. You gotta do stuff that you love, stuff that you really enjoy, right? That doesn't feel like it's taking too much out of you, because you got to hit the reset button. I'm telling you, when you live in a high stress life, living a real physical job or a mental job, you have to have a reset button and an outlet. You have to get some serene things going on. And I don't care whether it's you you, you know, I gotta laugh every time I think about this. Whether you playing your raindrop sounds or whatever it is that you got.
Meditation. That's what that is. The meditation.
And no, that's good because it's very soothing. It puts you in a calm setting. Turn the lights down, close the curtains, and put on the raindrops. So whatever the mountains, whatever it is that's happening back there,
it stops your mind from being all over the place.
Absolutely. And another thing, a lot of people don't realize that doing crossword puzzles or coloring is a really good tool, because it gets the mind focused on what you got in front of you at the moment. So you really got to be able to pull out the toolbox. Honestly, some people thrive when they work out. Some people thrive like me. The music gets me. Like I just get into the groove and it's on. You know what I mean? So you gotta find what works for you, because it's extremely, extremely important to cut up all of that craziness that we got going on. Life is already stressful and busy and chaotic, and we all everybody's like this. Even the ones that's up top is they all over the place. So you know what? Just embrace your here and now. Know that, stay humble, stay grounded, stay focused. And I don't care. We 6 months into the year, so half of it is over. Pull out them visions board, because it's time to revisit and see, did I accomplish this goal? Am I almost at these steps? Or do I need to take some stuff off that's really not conducive to what I thought I wanted at the moment? So let me throw some more stuff up there. Because 2023 is around the corner. We was just sitting around, and I'm going into the millennium and thought the world was going to end. Dad, here we is almost 23 years later. And we still kicking. Yep. Life's still going on. So enjoy it. And this is Nash signing off.
Ash signing off.
Bye-bye.